spoilers for AMC's The Walking Dead seasons 1 to 10, and spoilers for The Walking Dead graphic novel, issue 1 to 193. So this is my first video of 2020, and it's like the worst day I could have done this because I've got a really bad sore throat and all of that, so I probably could have done better timing, but I just had to upload it right now. I can't go more than about 5 days without recording. It's just bad for the channel. And of course, this is one of those video ideas that I've got to talk about because I'm always thinking about these kind of things. Not that I wake up one morning and want to talk about Negan's death. Trust me, it also hurts my soul. Especially rewatching parts of The Walking Dead recently, especially 5 and 6, is just not really what you want to see when you look at how good it was back then. It's still good now, but you know, it's not Rick Grimes, is it? Looking back, I don't know why I said anything bad about Carol. She's so good in season 6. I don't really take back what I said about her in season 10, but it's given me a lot more faith that like she's just a genuinely good character. In fact, let me know right now, if you rewatched the show, which character have you seen a second time or another time round and actually have begun to like them because you've seen it another time and you noticed things you didn't before? That would actually be quite interesting to see, so make sure you let me know. Go on. So let's actually get into what this video is about. Now, I've seen a few comments saying this, but this is the only comment that really opened me up to the idea of it, of how much this makes sense. You know my Daryl video the other day, the End of Daryl Dixon, of course explaining the big possibility that with him being the leader, there's literally only 2 limited ways his story could end. But on the community post, I got a comment by Bobby, and this says, Dwight's comic death will go to Laura, and Negan will get Rick's death, and this time it will be Hershel Jr. killing Negan and avenging Glenn's death. Now that's a genius idea. Now at the point in time when Rick Grimes' comic death happened in the comics, we're talking about 2 to 3 seasons later from where we are at now. Possibly even more because like I said, the CRM, I'm not even going to say another word. Regardless of even if the Commonwealth are massively connected to the CRM, which I think they are, but even if they're not, it's going to be inflated completely. A lot of people think they're so different by saying, oh, it's different to the comics. Yeah, fuck off. It's obviously different to the comics, but they're always going to be following this massive plot storyline until that storyline then runs out. And if it doesn't end, it's going to be so good to see what they do. But this idea suggests that Hershel Jr., which is of course Glenn and Maggie's son, kills Negan. Now the first thing you might be thinking is, well, Hershel Jr. has to be about 7 or maybe 10 at most at the time when this would happen. Yeah, that wouldn't stop anything from happening, he could easily do it. I'm not even going to name all of the kids that can shoot people in this universe, or in literally any universe, the list just goes on in real life. The capability of this kid is not really the most of our worries. In fact, Maggie, she's obviously going to have an issue with Negan just walking around at the most, but I don't think she'd kill Negan. She's gone away almost as a detox to the Commonwealth. I don't think she's going to return to the show and start beating up Negan. She's over that part of it. It's going to be hard for her. She's going to have an issue, but she wouldn't actually kill Negan. In fact, forget Rick Grimes' comic death. The only one that would kill Negan right now is the kid that doesn't understand, and the kid that grew up without his dad. And of course, in the comics, it was Sebastian that killed Rick. Now, that was the son of Pamela. Now, it's looking like that's Georgie. I don't think she has a son. I don't... That's a weird thing for me to say, but I don't think she's one of those people that have a son. It seemed to me that she had daughters when she first met with Maggie. When we first ever saw her, it was an all-girl group that were driving around in a 4x4, or a van, or a truck, or whatever you call it. One of my Jeremy Clarkson. But of course, it's just clear that the Commonwealth in this show, like I said, is just a poorer version of that. So, in other words, there is no Sebastian. Maybe this mysterious Elizabeth character has a son, and it will be given to that. But like I've said, it's completely different, but these deaths will be adapted. And Glenn's son makes perfect sense. And remember, it's not like anyone would condone the killing of Negan. None of these characters would really want that. Not even Daryl would want that. But it's just the matter of a kid that doesn't understand. And so after seeing this comment and comments like it, Hershel Jr. is literally the best we've got to say that he kills someone in this bed. He kills a character in their own bed so vulnerably, but how would Negan get to that point from where he is now? Well, just look at how much further Negan in the show is going to prove himself, all that he's putting himself through, and what it looks like he will do in the second half of season 10 in February. He looks genuinely scared in the trailer, and let alone the scene where he's not got any clothes on, and I think he's about to be whipped. I didn't say that in my official trailer breakdown for 10B, but that's because the typical thing was to whip the person's arm. So I think it's something a bit more extreme than that, and either way, he's putting himself through so much more than what Negan did in the comics, because they've got to show us a human side. And I'm not saying a human side about Negan, I'm saying a human side about anyone. It's the show, they've got to. It was announced that a character called Lucy is joining season 10. Now, that was what was announced. You know me, I'm not going to talk about the spoilers, but the comments surrounding it, you know, we're of course saying it was Lucille. Lucy can be abbreviated from Lucille, so that could be more development for Negan. He will be having his own visions, his own story within the camp. We're going to see so much more of Negan and what he's physically and mentally putting himself through. There's talks of a Negan movie, of his backstory, so I don't know how much they'd show us of Lucy, if it's Lucille. Like I said, it's not confirmed at all that this is Lucille, it's just a character called Lucy. But they would show us him saying goodbye to his wife Lucy, so that he would completely let go of anything that is evil Negan, anything related to Lucille the Bat, so that he can then go on and we can understand why he would be in the place of Rick in the comics. Like I said in my The End of Daryl video though, like Daryl is literally doing that right now, and rightfully so. Normally it's very obvious that a character has gone down a certain path to get an adapted death, but we've only scratched the surface of the Commonwealth, so there's a lot of time for Negan to get like that. Now let's talk about Laura. Just to quickly explain it, Dwight dies in the comics, gets shot by Rick Grimes for threatening Pamela and getting out of control. Before Dwight can shoot her, Rick shoots him. Now to simply put it, Dwight is an ex-saviour. He's lost things, he's had some arc, so that's why he stepped up and got this unfortunate and annoying death. But we just haven't seen Laura. The only thing that I can really tell you that surprises me about this is, do you remember that time in season 7 when Laura pointed the gun at Rick? I don't know why, but I just remember that image. It would be insane if years later Rick shot her, but it's unlikely unless she has more screen time. We can look at any ex-saviour, and I'm gonna say Alden is more likely than Laura. Alden is an ex-saviour and he's lost Enid. Very similar with Dwight in the comics. So if it's going to be an ex-saviour, I don't think it's going to be Laura, because she's just a smaller character. And right now it just points to Alden if it's going to be, like I've said, an ex-saviour. But Daryl Dixon is heading down one of these paths. But obviously he's one of those characters that aren't even in the comics, so maybe he can have it completely different and he survives it all. But remember how the comics ended. They say it's going to end differently, or I know it's going to go on after, but something's got to happen at the end that is just so bitterly sweet. And trust me, I know Daryl's death would be awful. It would be damaging, it would be massive, but that's the point. He's taken all these people through everything. The question is, will the show be so sour as the comics? Do they have the bravery and the strength to do that? I say these things are going to happen because I truly believe it's going to. I don't want these things to happen. Like, I won't be able to take it if Daryl dies. I'll need actual help. But how would you feel if Negan got this death? If Hershel Jr. was the one to kill Negan? Do you think this makes too much sense not to happen, or do you think other characters will end up getting it? On the top right of your screen, you're going to see an eye icon. Just click or tap on that and you can vote in the poll. Do you want Negan to get this death? And of course, let me know down below what you think. I genuinely really want to hear what you think on this. Daryl's going to have a heavy involvement with one of these deaths. Let me know. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to press the like button. It actually genuinely supports me and we'll get this video more seen. And if you did enjoy, then make sure you check out other videos. In this video I mentioned The End of Daryl Dixon. That's a video where we discuss the possible ways that Daryl's story could end. He's going down two paths, leader to not liking the leader. These are signs that we've seen of Daryl and are currently seeing of him. And it just suggests that it's going to end a certain way. Make sure you check that out. 2020 is going to be a big year for The Walking Dead. So make sure you're all up to date on the Rick Grimes story, the CRM story. In this one video, you will be all up to date with everything you need to know so far, so make sure you go and check that one out. It's confusing, there's a lot of loops and stuff I've had to dig up, but it's all there from what we found out in 2019. So make sure you go and check that out so you're ready for whatever stuff we hear about Rick Grimes this year. And very soon in Season 10, Maggie will be returning to The Walking Dead and Michonne will be leaving. If you want a good understanding on how that's all going to play out, then make sure you check this out. Maggie will return and Michonne will leave around the same time. We break down Virgil's island, Michonne's mysterious exit, and Maggie's disagreement. And if you were wondering why Michonne would leave the show, leaving Judith and RJ behind, her kids, in this video I shed some light on how I think that would happen. Of course, Maggie being the big start, the big kickoff to the Commonwealth storyline, it's going to be really, really good, so make sure you go and check it out. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you're the first to hear about The Walking Dead and the first to see my videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.